Keeping a close eye on the potential for maybe a little bit of slick travel for some this morning. Our financial center, live weather bug camera, top of the big blue building downtown, showing overcast skies. And not a whole lot falling out of the sky as of yet. 21C Museum Hotels weatherbug camera and our St. Joseph Hospital weatherbug camera backing that up. You can see traffic moving without much of an impact. But there have been, indications that it's at least trying to do something overnight. We've had quite a bit of moisture showing up aloft on the Max track and getting indications of the potential for some wet and maybe even icy road conditions out there from some of the bands of moisture that are coming through. So best tool to track it, the Max track, and here you can see some of these bands that I'm talking about. Now, a lot of the moisture that came in aloft earlier was over that drier air, and it never made it down to us, but what it did was just continue to juice up the lower, the air lower and closer to the surface, which eventually is going to allow some of this to actually get down to us. So that's what we're seeing now. These bands of rain and or snow, mixed precipitation could cause some wet and again, icy, slick conditions on the roads. So you want to watch out. So far, we haven't had any major problems with it, but this is going to persist for a couple of more hours. And of course, it's linking right up with the morning commute. So the future track shows that's pushing through the tail end of it back around Louisville and heading in our direction. Winter weather advisory is up through 10 a.m. For bluegrass counties. That was expanded yesterday to include Lexington, Fayette County, Woodford County, Clark County, and then pretty much I-64 north. So a couple of more hours left to watch it on the roads this morning, and it extends east. Most of the action as far as a big system is out toward the southwest there. They've got this big upper low that's trying to cut off, and we've just got these quick little moving blips of weaker low pressure coming through. This is all the way into Thursday. Nothing really significant heading our way. There's the moisture I was just showing you. A cold front will help sweep it out of here, so you could see some sunshine later this afternoon. And then we are, for the most part, quieting down. There could be some flurries overnight. You've got moisture wrapping around the base of that low that's up over Canada and heading into New England. And a ridge of high pressure to the southwest. Another cold front coming in. This will knock temperatures down going into the weekend, but it looks like it's going to be essentially moisture starved. Not much for it to work with there. So don't anticipate precipitation out of it later in the week. We're in the low to mid 30s. That's the other limiting factor. There's a slight warm push coming in ahead of this cold front. So it's around freezing in the bluegrass, but it's in the mid to upper 30s, even 40 in Glasgow. So we will see those temperatures actually rising a bit through the early morning and then peaking in the low to mid 40s, could even hit 50 south and then back in the upper 20s overnight. So yeah, it does get cold. And then it'll stay cold tomorrow. We're probably not going to get out of the 30s for highs into your Wednesday afternoon. And there are some ups and downs in the 8-day, low to mid 40s today, upper 30s tomorrow, back in the upper 40s, pushing 50 Thursday, and then back in the 30s Friday, Saturday. That's the impact of that dry cold front I was telling you about. Next week, a better potential for some rain and snow out there at the end of the 8-day as a stronger system heads our way.